Hey there viewers, and welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Got our 2018 Kia. It's a Sedona. It's got the big 3.3 and the power sliding door is done gone and got busted. The cables are hanging out of the passenger door here. Opens up about halfway, gets all bound up. So it appears that there's only one part available for it from Kia, and that's the whole drive assembly. So I've got that. Also from experience, because you guys may remember we just did a video Mrs. O's van, who has one of these vans as well, and we did the center hinge roller, and we had to get all these clips because all these clips are going to break. So I've got some genuine parts here from Kia. That's for the side roller there, which we already did a video on that. This is my first time fixing a drive motor on one of these. I've done some Hondas and I've done some Toyotas, but we've yet to do a Kia. So we're going to do that. We're going to look to see what we have. Alright, so here's our roller. Not a big deal. Those are wicked easy to do on these babies. And then we got the big box here. The big box. Power sliding door, right hand. So there is your part number on that. Genuine Kia. So let's have a look, see what this thing looks like. I believe it's probably similar to the Hondas and the Toyotas, where we got to pull the interior trim apart. At least that's what I see on service data. Let's see if we can do it with minimal casualties. Fancy. Got a nice little piece of foam to put your knees on. Whew, a couple of them. It's like winning the lotto. And there it is. There's our drive motor assembly with cables. Doesn't look too fancy. Pretty big sucker. So there's that. Okay, that's it. That's enough talking. I'll show you the cables hanging out of it. And then we'll see how much plastic stuff we can break. Here's the cables. Like I say, the door does work. But it gets kind of bound up there. I don't want to go scratching stuff up, so we'll leave it at that. Let's get this panel off. Let's get these cables unhooked. To do that, we got to pull the tail light. There's a screw up here, screw back there, and a whole bunch of clips that need to break. Grabbed us a 10 and an 8. It's likely one of those. We'll see about getting the plastic bits off here. There we are, so there's that little plastic bit, and we can stand back far enough so we can see that it looks like not that size, which is 8. It's clearly a 10. I didn't stand back far enough. You get these down at the Harbor Freight. Sometimes they aid in taillight removal. Sometimes they don't. Get her juiced up here. Sometimes it gives you something to hang on to. But I don't think in this case it's going to help me much. A little too much of a curve to it. Nope. Ain't that too bad. Try to come in clutch. Go. Yeehaw, that helped. Like I say, sometimes it gives you something to hang on to. We're going to unplug it. Then we need to get that bolt out there, and then the one in the front of this panel. The one in the front lives right here, just above the track. You do it from the inside, or you could roll the window down. That would probably be the smart thing to do. Or don't drop it. I think these screws are all the same, like in the taillights and whatnot. At least they appear to be. Now comes the destructive part. This one's... What the world? Wow. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna need a flashlight. Oh, it's because we got a little clippy doodad right here in the beginning. These always break, so you know, just calm down. It ain't gonna sound good, I'll tell you that. Got one there. And then we just gotta go through and just break them one at a time. Like I say, we pre-ordered the new ones because we know what happens here. I'm kind of a pisser to reach these things. Oh, when you get a second, will you give me a hand there, Vanessa? Yeah, we're gonna need some assistance here. Just need somebody. We gotta get the flashlight because you gotta get right where those clips are. That way you can snap them plumb off. Just stand over there if you would, please.
Where?
Right here. Stand right here. Hold out on there a little bit. Like deja vu, isn't it?
Is it the same thing or?
No, this one, the whole motor broke. The cable's busted.
Huh.
Yeah, mother!
Oh.
Interesting. Oh shit, you okay?
Yeah.
You alright? I wasn't looking for your little fingers.
Nope.
Those ones don't me. Freaking stupid Kias.
Well, it doesn't fall off.
No, it doesn't fall off. Careful. It doesn't fall off. Alright, let's move down a little bit there. Let's go. Definitely not falling off. Things are held on with like an insane amount of retention. Yeah, I'll trade spots with you now.
You want me to do it?
No.
I thought we were trading spots.
No, I'm coming down here. Here, you hold the flashlight so it shines back in there, okay? Sucky, yeah. Got the wrong angle of the dangle here. Break, man. That one out. That one's out. Oh, snake. try to get it so it just breaks the clip, you know, not the panel.
Yeah.
Hey, that was easy. All right, that just slips right off. Oh, look at that. This one has 3 pink ones. Yours only had 1.
These ones definitely are pink.
Yeah.
Weren't mine not pink?
No. Yours are pink. Yours are pink. Look how many freaking clips they have on this thing. I mean, these are all clips. All these little guys.
It's not going anywhere. Whoa.
Yeah. Remember on your car it was held together with the 2 bolts forever? Nobody ever noticed? There's one piece of the cable. Oh, here's the other piece. Get it unhooked here so it's not making a big mess. There's that. It's all jammed under the track here. There we go. Okay, so we got this cable out where it's supposed to be at this point. Yes. All right, let's get this back underneath. That's supposed to run on that lower one. Okay. We'll just leave that like so. Who remembers back when they were a kid, you used to have to open your own door. So we need to get this threshold here off, or scuff plate. For some reason in service data, they don't show the scuff plate for the rear. Side doors, front door, nothing for the rear. So we're gonna have to use the P&P method, pull and pray. I do see a couple screws here on the inside, which seem to be the same screws that hold the taillights in, which is kind of nice. Keeps you from mixing stuff up. And we have to take this off because we have to take the side trim off. Right over there. So, we've got those out. Now, we'll see what we can do. Sometimes you just go like that. Give a little lift up. That's typically how these come off various makes and models. Fortunately for us, these retainers are much nicer than the ones they put on the side of the vehicle. That was my fear, is that every clip on this thing is going to break, and I didn't buy any of them. But this style clip is obviously a reusable style, and then it's got these little hooks down here that go in the corresponding female half, if you will. You can say that. It's 2024. But the sun is pretty bright this morning coming through the window. We do need to take this side trim off. Oh, they are not the unscrewy type. I thought we could do a little investigating on our own before we go look. A little plastic cover here. Sometimes these hide screws. Doesn't seem to want to just pop right off nice and easy. There it goes, nice and easy. And I don't think there's anything behind it. Nada. That must be for some kind of accessory. Usually these hooks have something behind them. Alright, let's go take a look. Let's go take a look before we do big fat guessing. Seatbelt definitely will have to come unhooked. Looks like maybe a 17 or an 18 there. Get this trim off. Nothing behind the little flashlight. Okay, usually these pop off pretty easy. Okay, we do got one screw down there. I imagine there's going to be a screw under this cargo hook, but I don't know how the plastic comes off it. And you either got to go look it up or you got to turn the camera off. If you know what I mean, wink wink. I did find the instructions for the rear threshold scuff plate. It's called the transverse strip. This is called a scuff plate. All right. Get this little guy off. What's this got for clips? Oh, it's got some metal ones there. Metal one there, there, and one of them that got stuck. Uh-oh. Not uncommon on this style clip. This is old school. This is an old school clip right here. Finger pinching, biting little things. There we go. So it's your classic little metal retainer. They're kind of nice. Click them back on the plastic here. Adjust like so. Must be all the diaper material. Must be just like sound dampening. It's what makes it LXS and LXS, I guess. We got one screw right here. Plus we need to get this seat belt. Man, look at this. Look at all these wires just going for a frickin' door. I appreciate progress in our world. We've hit the stupid point, people. Oh, that's about as handy as a frickin' Kia. Put your black pipe spacers on there. They're like, oh, son of a biscuit, we got it too long. Well, we're gonna stick these somewhere because they're gonna fall off. That's ridiculous. Usually restraint stuff is all held together with something better than that. Okay, well, once we pull that off, we'll see if we dropped any more spacers. As it is right now, I've got the 2. Oh boy. Being that we have this in our hand, I'll tell you what, let's close the gap here. There we go. Let's see, is this one the same size? That would be handy. Hopefully this one doesn't have a bunch of spacers that we drop. We're gonna be careful. Ah, you see, this one had the star washer. It's got your double spacers and a lock washer. So we're gonna have to be on the lookout. We're gonna put a bolo out on the star washer. This is what I meant, that they're usually retained. You know, if there's some kind of spacer system, it's not uncommon to see. But they usually have, you know, a washer, the old washer that hangs them in there. Now we've got our one screw here, 10 mil. According to service data, I think that was it. They didn't say anything about the little hooker back here. Now this screw is the only one that's been different so far. This one's chrome. And it's a machine type screw. Self-cutting threads. There's another one right here. I don't remember seeing that in service data. And then again, I don't read very well. Feels wiggly. I'll tell you right now, that's gonna have to come out. I mean, I've never seen anything like that where it doesn't have to come out. Or on a hook. And the hook feels loose. Let me step on out here. Have a little gander behind there with our flashlight. Where, nope, there's nothing holding on to that baby. Would you look at that? Ain't that something? Get behind that clip there. There's a clip down here. There you are, Mr. Clip. Is there one down lower? Haha! I see you. I see you there. This has got the white diaper material in there as well. Just trying to see where the clips are. It appears there must be a screw behind, there has to be a screw behind that hook. Has to be. See if I can figure that out. There is, there's a Phillips head screw. Oh. Screw that little guy right back in there. So that's what that thing looks like, in case you're wondering. I pushed my clip back in. I heard it click here when I was leaning around. There it is. Let's see if we can see any more clips. Does the pillar trim need to come off first? When you look in service data, it says remove pillar trim. And then when you go into remove pillar trim, it says first remove panel, side panels. So somebody's lying. But it looks like the pillar trim does need to come off first. If I had to venture a guess. Interesting, they have lots of wires going to this panel. Well, let's get our pillar. At least this pillar trim needs to come off first. We can tell that because it's over top of it. The front one I don't believe does. I think it's just this rear pillar trim from the looks of it. Come here, baby. We just dropped a clip. So this is the style clips that are all up on the inside. It didn't break, it just popped off. Oh, I see where it popped off. We do have a little airbag deal here. Usually there's a screw behind it, and there is. Sometimes these side airbag trim pieces will be held on by tethers, so don't just rip and tear. That way when the airbag pops, you know, all this plastic bits don't just come and get you in the face. Okay, I think I see what we need to see. Now that clip I just pulled out did pop out of its bracket, so we'll have to go through and save it. What is that down there? I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is, but I don't like the looks of it. It appears interesting. Let me go look in service. There's a retainer right about here that I can't tell. I can't tell what it is. And we definitely don't want to go and just break it unknowingly. So here's another one of our white clips. Okay, let me go and do some looking. See what we can figure out. I'll save these. There is a multitude of different fasteners on this thing. I'll have to show you, it'd be the easiest way. Let me get these clicked back in here. So when we put it back together, we're good. A couple clips on the bottom, metal spring style ones. Then we have a plastic spring style, and then a straight peg style, and then two of those white ones. Yeah, and whenever I say I gotta go turn the camera off, go look, that just means I need to turn the camera off, and I'm gonna pry a little bit harder if we're going to Honestville. That screw here. So we did have to pull the pillar trims. I'm just being honest with you folks. I'd go take a look, or we could explore around a little bit. Go in there like Dora the Explorer. All right, let me get up in this joint. We'll pull the weather strip off up here as well. You don't need to yank it all off, but there are plastic fingers that stick out here that that it goes up against. All of our screws on the inside, they're all the same. I'm gonna swing out here a little. What's up?
Not much. Is it brown?
Brownish.
It's a weird color.
Not if you're into brown.
I don't think I've seen that color brown.
You've seen downtown brown. What the frig, Miss O? It's way easier to do this stuff when we ain't making a video. You know why? Guess. Because we can just pull and pray. There's retainers behind there, and sometimes you can just wiggle them. Nice of that color. Oh, baby.
They don't need any of this information you got.
Oh, they don't?
Oh,
I thought you said they did.
Dad thought they did.
Oh. Man, mother lover.
Maybe give it a kiss.
Yeah, does that work?
Smooch it out.
There's just clips behind there. There's no more screws. But this is kind of a pita. There is a retainer right here. There it goes. You just gotta pretend you're not making a video, right?
Sure.
Gonna get it up over the seat here. There we go. There, boy. Cannot get that front part up over the carpet. Well, I'm out of breath, Miss O. 'Cause I'm old and fat.
Because you're holding it.
If I'm holding it.
You're holding your breath.
Oh. People here for you. Alright, I need to look from the back there.
Good morning.
Just to see what's up. Oof, oof. Trust me, folks, this is the process. You can't see a goddamn thing. I'm gonna unplug it though. Cannot see up in that corner. Let's see the motor we're after. Let's see if we can smooch that front end out. The carpet's got it's kind of jammed up over here. Not this carpet. There we go. Now we just need to figure out how it comes off from this pillar. Usually they just pull straight out. But I got my fingers, you frigger. There it goes. Yeehaw. There's a clip right at the very top. Not a big deal. Not a big deal, everybody. Lots of clips on this guy. What I'll do is before we stick it back in, we'll flip it around and we'll show you the location of them all. It's probably too bright with that sun shining through, but lots and lots of clips. And it looks like one of them stayed. I'm missing one. For the record, we did drop one, and a lock washer, and our star washer. Not really a star washer, but the retainer. It's supposed to retain all this stuff. Wow, there you go. So there's how that looks. I can't really use that in here, I guess. It appears that all the jiggly bits. So here's our motor. That side we can get to. This side is right behind the heater box. How convenient. Conveniently located behind the heater box, which is held on with a bunch of 10 mils. If you have to do a heater core in your Kia though, bingo bango, that's easy. Way to go, Kia. Let's pop this scrivet out. Proper name for that, by the way. Scrivet. It's your screw rivet, scrivet. That's what they call them. Can this just pop up? Oh, ha! Wow, they are fancy. I like that. I like it a lot. That one might need to go because we want to tip this unit back a little. Just a wee bit. Let's see if we can take this screw out. Is that all that was holding that in? We got one more. We got one more up front. I feel like a body shop guy. Whoa! You know you got to do it. Ricola! Huh? Come on. You know you wanted to. So there's that. There's a motor. Get that baby right out in the open. Let's take off these here. Both of these nuts. And one more down here. And then is there another one? Is that? Are you wiggly yet? There, Mr. Wiggles. Any reason I can't just... We've got our AC lines here, but they should be pretty flexible, we'll call them. We just need to get this back. Just a whisper. That's as far as we need to go. This thing must have been crowned or something. And or fluid filmed. Because she is slimy back here. We need to get this back that far. That's as far as we need to go. One more bolt on the bottom. Okay, so, or not a bolt, nut. 4 nuts total holding that air box on. Oh, who's got lots of room now? This guy does. Lots of slime inside this quarter panel. Okay, are those 10 mil as well? Well, what do you say? Let's go get a flexi socket. We're almost done. This is a pretty easy job, actually. Right? Who's with me? We only broke one thing so far, and that's one white clip. Or at least that's all I'm going to tell you about. Woo-ha! Whose lucky day is that? Rolled right out by my knee. Today's my lucky day. That's like a General Motors style clip there with the little gray retainer. That's that cable. And it goes behind this speaker wire. Remember that. Wanted to get us a little extra room there. Okay. Wow, I must do a really good job food filming this car. It's greasy in here. We need a 10 mil swivel. Oh, the new pair of knees. Not my knee, not my weenie, but my knees. This guy does a lot of grunting. We're going to finish that one off with a handy because, well, I was going to say because we don't want to drop it, but it's pretty slick. We may drop it still. Always a possibility. This time we did not, so that's the last. So could you guys even see what was going on up here? Hopefully. I know the sunshine's just killing us today. Oh. I never took that other one off all the way, did I? Well, we can still drop that one. Frig. Son of a... Saw that coming a mile away. There's your old motor, made by Start Tech. Power access. Right side. There's that. Now we gotta go find the frickin' bolt we dropped. Not. Went from lucky day to bad day. Just like that. Instantly. Must be my lucky day, folks. I went magnet fishing, found it immediately. We're gonna untwist this motor over here. I like to do things off camera where nobody can see anything. All right. Ow! Ooh. Ooh, ow. Is this how it goes? This is how it's gonna go. Behind the speaker cable. Ram town. Three nuts. I hope this is turning out okay with the sunshine and all. The guy could probably put something over the windows. But at the end of the day, I just need to fix the car. That's priority number one. Torque spec is runner down and then a couple clickety clacks. That's actually in the book. There's that one. We're going to run this little guy. This has the cable on it here, one of the cables. Back behind the heater box. Pull the cable out just a scotch. Slip it through the hole. And then see how many times you can drop these bolts, nuts. It's very slippery back here. We didn't drop that one, so that's good. Think we can come straight in? No. I don't think we can. Do we have any paper in here? We got no paper. We have to go rogue. We're gonna try this. We've already gone on one recovery mission and we found it. See if we can do this. Oh wow. Oh wow. Same torque spec on these. Okay? It's only plastic, so that's it. That's all you need. Stick that back up there. What a boring video, huh? Don't forget to plug that little guy back in, I'll tell you that. Especially on the YouTubes. It's nice everything having the same torque spec. Not constantly recalibrating your torque wrench, whatnot, what have you. Oh, guide me in. There we go. Before I snuggle this one up, I'm going to go outside and look to make sure it looks good. Or maybe what we can do is we can take a chance. We'll tighten it up, then go look. Yeah, I say we're in good shape for the shape we're in. Let's see, what do we have here? That's Tiger Tight. Who remembers the name of this? Scribbit, that's right. Or a little plastic thing, whichever thing you want to call it. We won't do it a second time because that's childish. The second time you make two-stroke sounds. Come on, don't tell me you don't do it. Everybody does it. It's okay. It's 2024. We can do things like that. Oh, that's it, baby. We are D-O-N-E done. Well, except for putting all the crap back on the inside. But we're not fools. Well, leave that one alone. But what we need to do is finish hooking things up, make sure this all works before you go putting all the plastic bits back on. Floor jack out here. Very light pressure on that door. I'm going to remove the 3 bolts here out of the roller. Like so. I should mention, make sure your power doors are turned off or your battery's unhooked. We're going to very lightly slide the door out. I've been bringing the roller down all the way out to the end. So yeah, this one's not completely shot, but as I like to say, pay me now or pay me later. I left it up to the customer. They went for the pay now option. Put the cable in on that side. Oh, this one you can't tip in. Come on down. There's that one. All right, we'll get this out where you can see it. They're all hooked up now. Very lightly slide it down. This has 2 guide pins on it. This one's for the adjuster and this is just the guide pin. Very easy to align. Make it nice to make the adjustments. However, I've done a few of these and I've yet to have to adjust one. They seem to be set pretty well from the factory. I suppose if the van was wrecked and it had made the trip to the body shop, it had to be tweaked slightly. Perhaps they're a little bit different then. We will go lightly with those. Release the floor jack. And then don't just go slamming her shut because you got to make sure your lines are good. What we got here? Oh, it's not going to go shut with your weather stripping sticking out, dude. Oh, look at that filly. That looks good. Let's see if we gotta do a rehoming process or if it just miraculously works. Oh, where are the door switch? Door is turned back on. It didn't like that. It did go back closed, so it must be there is a rehoming process. Let's just see what happens again. Oh, look at that. It must have learned itself. Push the button. We'll double check the process. I didn't read the paperwork, but oftentimes these will re-educate themselves to its maximum limits. All right, yeehaw, we did it. Install all 35 of your new clips on here. We didn't get the purple ones and or pink because it doesn't matter. But make darn Rudy tootin' that you are good to go before you click this on, because once you click it, that's it, you own it. that's it. Now you gotta bust every one of them to get them back off. We'll put our tail light back in. If you want to see a bit more of a process on that, as they say in Canada, you'll have to go watch the video we did with the very lovely Mrs. O. Her van was broke for some time. Not some time, a few months. 5 or 6 months. And we fixed it up for her. And now it's broke again. It's got a tail light out. But she hasn't gotten a ticket yet, so that's good. We've got the doors back in manual mode. Where is it, my guy? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, these aren't bad to do. Just about like the Hondas and Toyotas. Almost identical. Almost. Toyota's a little more complicated. I think we did a video on that. Lots of junky. I think you gotta pull the glass on those. I know they got something weird going on there. Oh, we need the glass. Yeah, they're a little more different. Kind of the same, but different. You want to do a sliding door that's a freaking disaster, do one on a Chrysler. I won't even work on them. I guess somebody comes in, needs window regulator stuff in it. Nope. Those things will make you crazy. Don't forget to torque wrench these back in. We're just gonna snug them up for right now, and then we'll get the specs. Come back in after these, as we always do. There you go. Stick this baby back up in here. I think it's more of a burgundy than a brown. I'm not really sure. Not quite a mocha frost or a burnt sienna, but perhaps a burgundy, like Ron Burgundy. All right, we got one clip that stays fraggity frag hole. We have one clip that is now somewheres in no man's land. Dang it! Got it. That goes up here. There, that's all I want to do. It was stuck in the car. We do have one broken, one of these. One of these little guys is broken. Well, guess what? We're going to take a little trip to town right now. We're going to Honest Town. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus the screws, other fasteners. We ain't fixing it. I'm not waiting until tomorrow or the next day or next week, whenever Hyundai can get them for us. So get past it. I could have lied to you and said, been like, oh yeah, we fixed it. But I'm not lying. I'm just telling you. If you take this to your shop and they broke 10 of them, there's 10 of them that's not getting replaced. Right, Josh?
Right.
Now that style retainer, as many of you have typed, is quite a common panel retainer. And you want to know, like, why don't I have any? I stock a lot of different retainer types, but not a lot of trim panel type retainers. And like I said, I'm just being honest. I mean, now granted, if this was a spot, if that clip was in a spot where, a panel's going to be loose, or it's going to, there's going to be a chance of a rattle, or, like I say, being loose, I'd fix it. But it's, it's one in the middle, and I'm not trying to make excuses. Actually, it's exactly what I'm doing. But hey, to each their own, I guess, right? What I would do, if you can't get past the gilt, take a retainer, that same retainer, like from this transition strip back here, this threshold or whatever it was that they called it, a transverse strip. Take one off of that, put it in there, order your customer a new one, then have them come back and put it into that. If you can't live with yourself, boy, they sure go together nice, huh? The privacy shade. But when you're courting the ladies, that's what they say. Screws there. Let's go get our screws for that. I had a guy, a customer, his name was Jim, he's dead now. He bought his first car. He told me it was a Ford Model T. $2.50 he bought it for. And he pulled me to the side and told me, he said, young man, that had curtains in the back of that Model T, and that was for courting the ladies. I remember that to this day. I think he was pretty serious. I perhaps have the model of the car wrong, Model T or Model A. All I know is it was $2.50 and he could go out and have a good time and do some courting. Whatever that involves. I know it involved curtains. There is a screw, one up there and one up there and one up towards the front. That leaves us with one extra, which I believe goes up in that pillar trim. We do need to torque these to spec, because that's the last bit of liability you want on you, huh? Oof. Get this all put together. No Loctite on these. Usually your seatbelt stuff is all Loctited, retained with Loctite. Now the Kia, because Kia don't care. They don't care if your little babies go flying through the windshield. Alright, I gotta get the torque spec on those. I'm gonna tighten them up and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna put that up in there. Up in here? Oh, and there's a, screw there, yeah. Once those are torqued to spec, I put the weather strip back on there. That just goes back in the groove. Got one screw here. Strangers in the night. Get your fingers back. Get your screwdriver out of the way. Just like Lego. Any reason you can't put that down? I don't think so. Well, let's see. This looks like it wants to go. Friggity frig hole. Bigger. Dang it. It would only sucked if the little washer fell off there. And we lost all the parts back behind there. Then we would have been mother effing this thing, let me tell you. I was seeing who was paying attention. A couple of you guys were. A couple of you Hyundai Kia guys were saying, look at this idiot. He's on the YouTubes telling people this is how it's done. You can't even fix a sandwich. You're missing the hole, dude. It's because you weren't clicked in all the way. There we go. torqued to factory specs. Get this, now we have to go get torque wrench again. We already took care of it all. Retorque our seat belt. That'd be beautiful. This is heavy. This is heavy duty. Just like that. Just like that, it says. Oh, that didn't sound good. And then it's just got these two screws that go in here. And I think that's the last bits we have. Now we've got the hard part. We got the cleanup next. Gotta call the cleanup crew in. And that's it. Oh, look at that, right on camera. Well, that's that, folks. There's really nothing more to see. I've got to get the vacuum cleaner, get her vacuumed all out, shine it up real nice, hold it up to the light, all that stuff. Make sure it looks better than it did when I got here. Put all their personal stuff back in the back that we stuck in the back seat that I didn't show you. And then that's it. Then I'll go through, I'll clear all the codes out of the door modules and see if there is a rehoming procedure. There probably is, but from the looks of it, it figured itself out, which is, you know, pretty understandable. That's kind of how a lot of them do it now. They have some fault tolerance, and then, you know, they'll figure out their front and rear thresholds, if you will. But I'll rest assured I'll go through and do that, or at least I'm going to tell you that I'm gonna. Just to make you feel good about it. And then that's it. Some people asked in Vanessa's video, why didn't you lube that track? If you did that to my van, I'd kill you. You know, they say stuff like that. People get all pumped up. Don't lube those rollers. That's a stainless steel track. It'll never rust out. The rollers are, you know, a nylon outer roller. They're sealed. Lubing them is going to do nothing other than attract a bunch of dirt and dust and junk inside that stainless steel track. That thing will sound like garbage every time you open and close it. The fact of the matter is, you can lube it all you want, and it's not going to help prolong the life of those rollers. So, like I say, those rollers are sealed. What you would have to do is take the hinge off, you know, get the little seals out of the roller bearings, lube inside of those. But at that point, just put a dang hinge on it. You only probably have to do it twice in the life of the car. So who cares? If you got to put a hinge on it and it takes you 20 minutes and you got to do it every 100,000 miles, who cares? Just do it. It's the only hinge that goes bad on these doors. So I wouldn't get too pumped about it, you know, buying a couple hinges over the lifetime of a car. I mean, let's face it, if you owned a GM, you'd be putting 7 transmission in it and, you know, 4 sets of timing chains. So pick one. I'll do a hinge. Why don't you guys do a comment section? Insty, the Facebook. You guys know where we're at. Just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.